Good. I had to think about it for a second. Friday evening, South Carolina Weather Watchers. I'm your meteorologist, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Friday evening going into your future. We have some stuff that we are going to go on and talk about tonight. As always, it's going to be the short-term future, long-term future, current, tomorrow, tonight, everything is going to get talked about if it is in the forecast. And so we have a lot of stuff to talk about there. But before we get into that, you know what time it is. If you've been here at least since last week, Friday, it's Friday evening. So let's go on and give ourselves a round of applause for making it to the weekend. We've made it here. Glad to see it. And now we have a full weekend ahead of us. Now, obviously, this weekend will be cooling down, but next week, definitely going to be warming back up. So it's kind of like a bridge to those warmer temperatures. Now, in terms of our what's on tap for tonight, we will be talking about a cold front that crosses through the state tonight into early Saturday. We also will be talking about dangerous to critical fire weather impacts Saturday with the red flag warning, and then even cooler weekend temperatures to follow the front, obviously, and increasing shower and thunderstorm activity develops later next week, so going into like Wednesday and Friday. But the beginning of the week's going to be nice. So that's really just what's on tap as we go throughout tonight. And for the most part, if you have not hit the like button yet, go on and do so. Hit the subscribe button. We've had 4 people tune in, only 3 likes, so go and hit the like button. Also, make sure you go and hit the subscribe button. We are at 724, trying to get to 800. And share with your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, people that you don't even talk to, because it's free and you can change your mind at any time. Starting off, let's see our live radar. What's currently going on? Well, right now, nothing is going on throughout the state, except for maybe up here near Clover. See like a little isolated drizzle spots, but that's about it. Everybody else nice and dry. Now, in terms of the entire U.S., obviously, not all of that can be said. We have rainfall from Virginia going into North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas getting in on that rainfall, Michigan getting in on some snowfall, as well as the UP of Michigan. But look out here in the West. Nice and dry conditions over here. And up in the Northeast, same thing. Nice, dry conditions. Now, as we go over into our cloud cover, we do have some cloud cover going on in the upstate. Though the Midlands, Low Country, Grand Strand, PD areas, those areas definitely look a lot more clear than the upstate does. And if we go and look at that cloud cover for the future, we're going to push this forward all the way through 10 p.m., all the way through 1 o'clock in the morning, all the way to 3 o'clock in the morning. Cloud cover really starting to make its way through the state. But again, not really clouding everything up. Get to around 8 o'clock in the morning here, still cloud cover going on in the Low Country, the Grand Strand, the PD areas, and then by the time you get to around 12 p.m., noon to 1 p.m., cloud cover has moved its way out, and we are looking clear for the majority, if not all, of Saturday from noon to 12 o'clock in the morning. Now, some more cloud cover may be trying to bounce its way back by the time we get into Sunday morning, going into Sunday afternoon, but that seems to increase as we get more into like the later afternoon hours, maybe the mid-afternoon. Current temperatures right now, we have around 71 in Somerville, as well as 70 in Beaufort, 67 inside of Hilton Head Island, and 68 in Charleston, 70 in Georgetown, and 71 in Conway, 67 in Myrtle Beach, and even 76 in Florence, 76 Sumter, and 76 in Orangeburg, 77 in Columbia, 74 in Newberry, 75 Lawrence, Greenwood, as well as Anderson, 74 in Clemson, and 71 in Greenville, 73 Spartanburg, 75 Gaffney, 72 also inside of York, and 75 in Lancaster. Now for your air quality. Air quality for the most part are inside the moderate area. We're inside the moderate area, meaning that we don't really have too much to watch for in terms of air quality, but we do have a little orange area over there inside of the like Augusta areas, just to in that western vicinity. So unhealthy for sensitive groups over there. Don't be outside too much tonight if you are part of the sensitive group area over there near Augusta, but everywhere else, just moderate. Still, if you are part of the sensitive groups, you may still want to watch for it tonight, but mainly if you're in that orange area. Now, for low temperatures for tonight, you have around 43 in Greenville, 44 in Spartanburg, as well as 43 in Rock Hill, 47 Lawrence, and 48 in Newberry, 50 inside of Columbia, and even 50 in Sumter, Florence, 52 Orangeburg and Aiken, 50 in Kingstree and Myrtle Beach, 56 Charleston, and 59 in Hilton Head Island, 54 in Walterboro, and 51 in Georgetown. Now, in terms of your high temperatures, 65 in Greenville, Anderson, 63 Spartanburg, 61 Rock Hill, Winnsboro, 62 in Newberry, and 64 in Columbia, 63 Sumter, and 61 in Florence, 62 Kingstree, Georgetown, 60 in Myrtle Beach, and 64 in Moncks Corner, 63 Charleston, and 67 in Hilton Head Island. Now for your rainfall for tonight, going into the next just 24 hours in general. 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch over there near Rock Hill. Shiraz included in there. Maybe even a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch over there just to the east of Rock Hill as well. Maybe some areas like Van Wyck, Red River, those areas in South Carolina and just to the east of Rock Hill may see maybe a 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch. Now, I think most of that rainfall is happening now, and the main chance for that rainfall is right now as we speak. Kind of started maybe about like an hour ago or so. But we'll look at the models. We'll see what the models have to say about it. Now for the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score that we see how crazy the weather is throughout the entire state of South Carolina. And right now we're at a 22. Why? Well, noticeable increasing clouds tonight with breezy and gusty winds with the front moving through tonight. Non-zero isolated shower chance. Obviously we're seeing some right now. And obviously no severe weather, nothing like that, which we'll talk about in just a second for tonight. So that's what brings us to that mild category, slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. SPC outlook for tonight, thunderstorms are possible. I mean, if the showers do get going, you do have a couple going on. I mean, if these drizzles do really get going and, they get in the right environment, they may try to intensify, but for right now, it's not looking too crazy right now. So I'm not really too worried about that. Same thing with tomorrow, nothing expected. Not worried as well for Sunday. Fire weather. This is the main part where I think everybody should be paying attention. But if we go into fire weather, this is Saturday, March the 28th, 2026. And what do you see? You see an elevated fire risk that goes throughout the state and a level 2 out of 3, a critical fire risk over here for parts of the state. So areas like Aiken is included, over here inside of Barnwell. Allendale's included, going on to Hampton, Estill, Orangeburg. St. Matthews is included in there as well. Gaston is included in there. And for the most part, these areas all have a fire risk. And not only that, but everybody in the state of South Carolina is in a red flag warning right now, meaning that tomorrow you definitely should not be burning anything. And I'm pretty sure there's even a burn ban as well throughout the state. So a statewide burn ban is in effect for the entire state, and I know I retweeted it yesterday, so I can go on and find it. So the SC Forestry Commission to issue a statewide burning ban effective starting today at 4 p.m. And then they don't have an ending date yet, or an ending time yet. So for right now, that's the reason why. And obviously, with this going on, the drought's ongoing as well. And so that's also aiding into the fact that we have a fire risk as well. So drought being here, we have gusty winds moving through, we have dry winds, we also have not necessarily hot conditions tomorrow, but, relatively warm, 60s and 70s. All of that adds in to fire weather tomorrow. So make sure that you are not burning anything tomorrow. Make sure that if you have to leave an area, you have to evacuate an area due to a fire starting, you know what you're going to do, because fires will spread rapidly tomorrow if they do get going. If they do get going, they will spread rapidly. So make sure that you are aware. And then in terms of excessive rainfall, because really there's no severe weather, obviously being no excessive rainfall either, and the only thing we're really watching for is just that fire weather event tomorrow. So let's go in and look at the models. So we're going to start off here at 9 o'clock p.m. and we're going to go to the 18Z real quick. But if we go in and push this forward, you can obviously see some rainfall maybe trying to get going. I mean, even at 12 o'clock in the morning, up there inside the upstate a little bit. But it gets out of here by the time we get to around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. That rainfall's now out. And we're nice and dry as we go all the way throughout Saturday. Would probably want to see some rainfall tomorrow just due to the fire weather tomorrow, but unfortunately no rainfall at all. Then Sunday moves through 2 o'clock p.m. here, and we are still dry. And also gonna have to watch out for Sunday as well for some fire weather. I think I still have the thing pulled up. I think I do. Yes, I do. So, we are also watching out for Sunday as well, even though they haven't put out a warning for it yet. They haven't put out anything for it for Sunday, but Sunday definitely could be a day that we may have to watch out for some fire weather as well. But in terms of the long-term future, since nothing really too much is going on except for tonight, in terms of a couple of showers moving through. As we go throughout the long-term future, here goes the cold front moving through tonight. That's going to bring our temperatures down as we go into this weekend, but nice and dry. Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday we may see some rainfall here and there. Wednesday, have some rainfall here. Thursday seeming like a big day in terms of rainfall. Then Friday comes along, going into Saturday. And honestly, it just looks like almost a complete flip of what we were looking at either last night or the night before last, where we were talking about nice dry conditions almost all week next week. Well, the models have shifted, and now we're actually looking at an active end from Wednesday going into Saturday for next week. So it's quick, crazy how things can change that quickly. That's why I always say models will change, things will change, conditions will change, and that could cause a whole butterfly effect of stuff that's going to happen in the future. So you have to make sure that you are not taking these models at 100% because they will be changing over and over again, even the short-term ones. But we may be talking about another little system, maybe trying to move through Saturday, maybe a storm system potentially on Saturday of next week. Not tomorrow, Saturday of next week. So that's April the 4th. Sunday comes along. Still, Monday, some more rainfall definitely possible as we go into this Monday right here of not next week, but the week after, April the 6th. And then as we continue through, through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nothing else to really talk about. Nothing else to really talk about except for, maybe two little storm systems that may be trying to move things along as we go into next weekend and then potentially the Monday after. So we'll be taking a look at that. But definitely an active part to the week next week is definitely going to be something to watch for. Now, if we go in and look at temperatures, obviously the cold front moving through tonight, those will bring our averages down, and we will quickly warm back up as we get into around Monday, Tuesday or so, and just look at how nice it's going to be. Up 10 to 15 degrees above average until, into around Thursday still. Thursday night, though, comes along, and we may see some cooler than average temperatures maybe trying to move their way in Thursday going into Friday of next week, but still that warm air not completely budging all the way yet. So not until we get into around next weekend that we start seeing that cold air really starting to make its statement. Maybe even 25 degrees below average as we go into the week after next week. So cold blasts are still not done. They are still not done, even as we go into early to possibly even mid-April. So we're still watching. We are still watching. Now, obviously, all of that's cool and all, but what about the actual temperatures? Because I think that's what most people are concerned about or just want to know. Well, as we move all the way throughout the weekend, obviously, Saturday, we talked about 60 degrees or so. Sunday comes along, 60, 70 degrees. Monday, getting up into the 70s a little bit more. Tuesday, getting up to the 70s again. 80s on Wednesday. And we continue to stay in the 80s until maybe around Thursday, Friday, where our temperatures, especially in the upstate, may try to stay a bit cooler. Look in the low country, for example. You're talking about in the low country around 78 degrees, but then the upstate is going to be 47. So that is a full-on 30-degree difference right there that we could be seeing as we go into next week. Now, again, that's 160 hours out. That will change. So, I may just be saying that tonight just for it to go away tomorrow. But if that does happen, we are definitely going to be talking about a huge change from warm in the low country, the Grand Strand areas, to cool and cold in the upstate, which would be pretty interesting. But obviously, it doesn't last long. We go into Saturday, April the 4th, and cold air moves its way through. And like I said, I mean, we're being 25 degrees below average, down into the 40s. Maybe even some 30s as we go into the week after next week. So we're not done with cold air. We are not done. So definitely enjoy this warm air while we have it, because cold air will be coming back. And that's all that I have to say, really, in terms of the long-term future. So just to make sure, we talked about the cold front tonight, dangerous to critical fire weather tomorrow, cooler weekend temperatures following the front, and then increasing shower and thunderstorm chances develop later in the week. So we've talked about everything. So let's go in and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. Starting off with Mr. Chris, he says, "Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a great day." Well, I did. Thank you so much for asking. My Aunt Lewis says, "Good evening, everyone. Good evening to you." Mr. Chris says, "Got to 89 degrees here in Moncks Corner. Currently, it's 75. Well, at my house right now, it is around a current temperature of 71. High temperature for today was 87. Continuing our way down. My Nana says, "Hello, Jay. Hello to you." My Aunt Lewis says, "Hopefully everyone had a blessed day." Well, I did. Thank you so much for that. And then my Nana says, "A nice warm day today." Continue our way down even more. My Aunt Lewis says, "Today in Georgetown we had a marvelous day. A little windy, but it was not too bad. It was not too bad. Today's high was around 85 degrees. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are." And she also says currently it's 70. Mr. Chris then says, "Please remember to go hit the like button and the subscribe button. Also share with everyone that you know. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Helps get the vital information out to those who need it. Pass this to everyone." Absolutely. We've been hitting kind of a rough spot with the channel so far. Obviously, we've been stuck at 724 for the past week or so at this point. Maybe probably even more than that. So, we need to get the change moving a little bit more. So again, if you have not hit the share button yet, have not hit the like button, have not hit the subscribe button, go in and do so. It's free. It's free. It costs no money. It takes probably around 2 seconds to do. And it's probably going to be one of the easiest things that you've ever done, just hitting a button. Then Miss Chris says, "Welcome to the weekend." Absolutely. We've had lots of sunshine. Same here. Mr. Anthony also says, "Good evening, everyone." Good evening to you. And then my Lewis says, "Hopefully we'll get some rain here in Georgetown." Probably not this weekend, but maybe next week. Mr. Chris says, "The fire department came here. The fire department here near me was going through the neighborhoods checking things out." Well, I mean, yeah, there is this burn ban in effect, so they probably were making sure people weren't burning anything or anything like that. The wind was blowing a little, pushing the pollen from the trees. It will be even windier tomorrow. Trail says, "Greetings, everyone. Greetings to you. Raining here and some thunder. Well, thank you so much for that weather report for where you are." And then my Aunt Lewis says, "I'm fine with the cold front as long as it doesn't last too long." Yeah, just this weekend, maybe going in a little bit into Monday, but not long. And that's all that I can see here throughout the entire chat right now. So let's go on and talk about the 4 locations outside of South Carolina. You might be asking, 4 locations outside of South Carolina? What are you talking about? I'm talking about San Antonio, Texas, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as well as Duncan, Oklahoma. The reason why we talk about these 4 areas is because we have people from these areas who tune in almost nightly, and because they tune in almost nightly, we're going to give them their forecast for them. So starting off with San Antonio, you have low temperatures tonight, 59. High temperatures for tomorrow at 72. And then low temperatures tomorrow night at 58. Precipitation, not expected. Severe weather, excessive rainfall, that's not really expected either. Now, in terms of your future, again, next chance of rainfall possibly could be next week, midweek, Wednesday or so, 20% chance that was just added. So you could see that. Then in terms of your wind gusts, you're going to be breezy tonight, tomorrow, pretty much Sunday night going all the way through Wednesday. I mean, it's going to be breezy for a long time for you with gusts of up to 20-25 miles per hour. And then in terms of your temperatures will be kind of staying in those 80s. I mean, we're talking about 70s tomorrow, 84 Sunday, 89 Monday, 88 on Tuesday, and then we'll climb back up to the 90s as you get into Wednesday, but it will drop back down again on Thursday back into the 80s. So you're actually having a little bit of a cool down there, but not too much of a cool down. Not too much. Then in terms of Raleigh, you have low temperatures tonight at 44, high temperatures for tomorrow at around 57, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 34. Precipitation not expected tomorrow, but tonight showers are expected. Showers and possibly even a thunderstorm as well before 1 o'clock in the morning. Then in terms of your wind gusts, you'll have wind gusts up to 24, 25 miles per hour tonight and tomorrow. And you also do have a little bit of a fire risk. No severe weather and no excessive rainfall, but you do have a fire weather risk for tomorrow. Elevated. Don't burn anything tomorrow if you don't have to, because it is definitely not going to be good if that fire spreads. Now, in terms of your future, rainfall, Wednesday night, Thursday, going into next week, you have around a 30 to a 40% chance of rainfall. Then your temperatures will also kind of go up as you get into next week. 57 tonight, oh my gosh, not tonight, tomorrow, and then 65 on Sunday, 75 on Monday, and even 79 on Tuesday as well, 83 on Wednesday. So your temperatures will quickly go up, just not yet. Then for Philadelphia, you have low temperatures tonight at 31, high temperatures for tomorrow at 46, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 28. Precipitation not expected until around like next week, Monday night, 30% chance there. So you're not really watching for anything here. And then in terms of your severe weather, excessive rainfall, nothing for you except for maybe a little bit of a warm-up as you go into the next couple of days. Tuesday, high of 77, but then those temperatures will drop back down as you go into like later next week. And then finally for Duncan, Oklahoma, you have low temperatures tonight at 45, high temperatures for tomorrow at 64, and then low temperatures tomorrow night at 45. Precipitation not expected. You did have a little bit of a fire weather risk. I think that it is mostly done by now. I mean, you still are having gusts right now of up to around 33-ish miles per hour. Let me check. Yeah, somewhere around 20, 30 miles per hour is where you are right now. So you still have to watch out for that. But for right now, your fire risk as you go throughout tonight and as you go throughout the nighttime hours will slowly start to diminish. And then in terms of your future, I just got rid of it for some reason, but it looks like that you will continue to kind of just go on and warm up as you go more and more into next week. And then as you go into Wednesday, things will start to go back down. Same thing as you go into Thursday, down to the 70s. But I think that is all that I can see here. So let's go on and check and see the top fans of the night for tonight, since I don't see anything else outside the chat. Let me go in and count them up. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So pretty close. Pretty close. But Mr. Chris got number 1 for tonight. My Aunt Lula got number 2. And then my Nana got number 3. So congratulations to the 3 of y'all for being the top fans of the night for tonight. Let's go in and give them a round of applause. If you want to be a part of the top fans, you can by joining us here at 9 o'clock p.m. as well as being a subscriber, because if you're not a subscriber, you can't talk anyway, so it's just irrelevant. And then also going on and being active, because if you're not active, again, good chance you may not be on the top list. But if it's a quiet night, you may. That's it there. Let me check out my email, see if we had any pictures come in. I don't see anything here. So if you want to send me a picture, you can by sending it to scweather360@gmail.com. Again, that is scweather360@gmail.com. Or you can add me on Twitter, at 360_weather. Again, that is 360_weather. So we'll see what happens as we go into tomorrow. And if you have any other weather-related picture for tomorrow in terms of the fire weather risk, which honestly I don't know what type of pictures you would get with that. Maybe just it being dry outside. Anything tomorrow. Any picture, it doesn't matter. It could be of the sun. It doesn't matter. Just a nice day outside would be fine. So that's all, though. Make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're at 724, trying to get to 800. 1 away from the quarter of the way goal, 725. And 76 away from the main goal of 800. Also, make sure that you go on and hit the share button. Share with your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, and people that you don't even talk to, because it's free. Again, it's free. and you and them can both change their mind, your mind and their mind, just if you ever want to. So that's all that I have to say there. So I will be back tomorrow morning with your Saturday morning forecast update, and then also tomorrow evening with your Saturday evening forecast update. Make sure that you are there for that, and everyone have a fantastic rest of your Friday night.